Just like a tattoo, I'll always have you. Ooh, like a tattoo.
So I made a decision to work on the I'm working on the second installment of the duet series that I'm writing. And so I am in the editing stage for the second book. The first one is done. There's maybe one or two things I want to change in the first one. And when I say change, it's quite literally like the color of a car and like maybe what someone is wearing. It's not deep at all. And I'm only doing that because I'm finishing up the second book. And though there's continuity there and it's one big story between two books, there's things that I might want to kind of tie in now that I'm pretty much done with the second one. With the second book, I have come to the realization that there is a change that needs to happen. Thankfully, I am in the beginning stages of this book. I think this is like my second round of edits, and something that had been bothering me forever and a day just hit me. I'm like, okay, just change this completely. And it is a bit of, I don't want to say a headache because it's part of the writing process, but it did come out of nowhere, kind of, sort of out of nowhere, where I need to pretty much scrap the entire ending that I have already. And with scrapping that ending, I'm not hurt behind it because it's an ending that I've been sitting with for some time, and I kind of know it like the back of my hand. And where I want to take these characters, where initially I probably would have felt a little nervous if this had have been a couple months ago, even a year ago. Now it's just like, no, I have a goal, I have a plan. There's a place where I see them. At first it was like, oh, I don't want people to hate this person or whatever else, but now it's like, I don't care about none of that. Like, you're gonna like who you like, you're gonna hate who you hate. For me, it's making sure I have them set up well enough for things that I plan to happen, occur in the future. So all that being said, I have to alter that ending. So I think this vlog may be about changing that ending. Maybe the process, because I'm gonna be cryptic and vague, because I don't want to spoil anything, but like also, we'll see. So I'm gonna pick me up something to eat, get my butt back home, and dive into this kind of brainstorming, editing, rewriting process.
Just like a tattoo, I'll always have you. My inhibitions fade away.
So I am going over the last few chapters. So with this book, the final portion where I was kind of conflicted on how I was going to kind of proceed and add things around and move and whatever, it's about 5 chapters. And even with those 5, there are at least, give or take, about 5 or 6 more that would have ended the book completely. So I'm going through and I've done a rough draft of like different scenarios, things that I want to have. Like, I know where I want the book to end for sure. And at this point, it's just getting maybe 2 or 3 fixed things that have to happen and then weaving them together with the rest of the story. But with the 5 chapters that I have that I'm effectively getting rid of, that's about 7,030 words. I'm not really concerned about the word count itself, because like, whatever, I'll get those back, and I'm going to keep these words for like later. It may show up in another book. I may even use them for this ending of the book, just kind of rearrange them. So I'm not really worried about it. But just to give you a general idea, right now the book sits at 64,736 words. And like I said, 7,030 of those are the last chapters that I'm going to fix completely. I think I mentioned in a previous vlog that there was some chapters that I wanted to add, and then I decided, no, I don't need to add those, but I actually am going to, depending on how this ends, add in those scenes. So there's maybe like 2 chapters. Like, there's a party scene, and then there's like this one scene that I've been toying with for a while, of like a little bed and breakfast weekend getaway. That may not be needed if I can. I don't know. It may still be needed. I don't know. Right now, that's neither here nor there. The more important thing is that I'm getting rid of these last 5 chapters. I've gotten some of the ideas down. There are 2 fixed points of things that have to happen, and then there's something else that happens with another set of characters. And my only concern is making sure that they get the same amount of attention and importance that they've had earlier, even though this ain't really about them. So that's what I'm doing now. Thought I was gonna be tired. I plan on walking back in this house and falling asleep, but I'm actually wired. So that's what I'll be doing now. Is I've been playing the playlist on repeat, and I know I've said this in previous vlogs, but the way my playlists are set up, my little mixtapes for my works in progress, this playlist is well over like 5 hours. Like, this is a lot of tracks. And so I've been kind of grooving and typing and brainstorming, but I'm also like, okay, you have to narrow it down. You have to like solidify some track. Even if it's like 50 tracks, you need to get them down so you can, create the playlist proper, do the artwork and all that good stuff. So I'm kind of working on that in the back end as well. I got a list of about 10 that I'm like, yeah, these absolutely have to go in the playlist. So that's where I am now. So I'm going to get back to this. I will say a lot of my concerns about this book, I'm not really concerned anymore. And it may sound bad, but like, I have a tendency, much like a lot of us, of getting wrapped up in the process and kind of losing sight of the end goal, which is to release the book, and being so hell-bent on this having to be perfect, and not necessarily perfect, because nothing will be perfect. You're not going to please everyone. So I'm not blind to that fact, but more perfect like, oh, I just want this to look good. I want this to sound good. I want this, I want this, that. And so I'm pulling away from getting into that rut of like over-editing or over-analyzing. And I think a part of that for this project is that, 1, I've been away from it for so long, and then 2, having that epiphany that's like, you need to change the ending. And so by me having read through the book, chapters here or there, still needs edits, grammar and all that good stuff, and then having that ending that I'm effectively just coming up with now, it's focusing me a little bit more, if that makes sense. So I'm feeling good about that, and I'm feeling good about the book as a whole. One of the other concerns that I have, which is not really a major concern, is the cover. And being that this is a duet series, wanting to make sure that they're similar, because I think I mentioned in the last vlog or a vlog before that, like, that though the first book is done, that something is preventing me from just releasing that and then finishing the second one and then releasing that. And it's like, oh, I want to wait till they're both done. And I think a large part of that is the cover. I know you can't please everybody, and I have an idea of like what I want, what there's something here. But either way, I want to be able to maybe get them done together so that it looks like a complete set. I don't want like one is like sunny oranges and blues and great happy fun, and then the second one is like black and gray and sad. Like, I want them to look like they're a collection. So that's also a concern of mine. But when I say concern, I'm using that term loosely because whatever, I'm still looking for artists. So that's the other thing. If you are a cover artist and you do contemporary romance or just contemporary stories, slice of life, some loving, some drama, some all that good stuff, let me know. Leave a comment, hit me up on the emails. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to it, jam to this playlist, work well into the night until I'm dog tired and I'm sleeping as the sun comes up. And I hope you guys are doing pretty good with your projects as well, and whatever books you may be reading. Let me know if you're currently reading something, whatever it is. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments, and let me know the title. Are you enjoying that book so far? Put me on to something. Put me on. All right, y'all.
Modesty is dangerous. It's a learned affectation, and as soon as the modest person gets slammed against the wall by life, modesty will drop off faster than a G-string from a stripper.
So, I've been working on this for a little minute, and I have quite a few ways to wrap up this story, but I am tired. Yeah, I am so tired. So I'm gonna get this last little bit out over that. Excuse me. While it's fresh on my mind, write all this down, and then sleep on it, and hopefully get up in a couple hours and go over what I've written, because I feel really good about the ending that I'm changing. I think why I feel so good about this ending versus the last one is I feel like I'm doing a better job at bringing all the storylines together. It may not be they all funnel into one another and then now becomes one storyline. It's not like that, but a lot of the things that have happened in these first two books, everything won't be wrapped up in this neat little bow. So I do want to leave room for what could be, in the future, be it another book or, pick up the character in something else. Good. Excuse me. But, yeah, so I have a couple more things I'm thinking about. I'm going to just jot them down and really wrap this up. So I don't know if the vlog will end here or if I'll just pick it back up tomorrow. I am sleepy, Lord. Either way, if this is the end, y'all have a good one, and if not, I'll see you later. But I need to get some sleep, so